Hello viewers, how are you? Welcome to my channel Physics with Rams. So today we are going to discuss about modulus of elasticity. So before going to start this topic, those who are new to my channel, please subscribe my channel so that you will receive notifications regarding my channel, as well as you can watch my previous videos so that you can clear your concepts as well as you can solve as many numericals as you can. Let's start this topic. We know that the modulus of elasticity is represented as the ratio of stress by strain. And this modulus of elasticity is classified into three types based on the elongation, and they are represented as Young's modulus, and the second one is bulk modulus and shearing modulus, and we can also represent it as rigidity modulus. Let us discuss about Young's modulus. For this, here we consider a rod of length L, which is fixed at the upper end like this. Now, by applying a force F, if the rod is being elongated, with delta L, sure, the rod has been elongated. Now, the Young's modulus in this case is represented as longitudinal stress by longitudinal strain. Where longitudinal stress is nothing but force applied per unit area of cross section of the wire, and here we represent this stress as F by A. Here the force applied is represented as a deforming force, and we know that deforming force is equals to restoring force. So here the stress is represented as F by A, whereas the strain is represented as delta L by L. Then Young's modulus can be represented as F by A by delta L by L. Then this expression can be represented as FL by A into delta L, where delta L is nothing but change in the length, or we can also represent it as extension E. We can also represent it as extension E. Then the Young's modulus can be represented as FL by A into small e. Whereas in the case of shearing modulus, we consider a body which is fixed to the lower end like this, which is L, length L. Now, by applying force at the top, if the body makes an angle of theta, then we can represent shear modulus, where shear modulus is represented as shearing stress by shearing strain. Well, shearing stress is represented as a deforming force applied per unit area, and it is represented as F by A, and we know that deforming force is equals to restoring force. Why? Because as the force has been removed, automatically the body regains its original shape. That's why deforming force is equals to restoring force. Now, in this case, the shearing modulus is represented as F by A by shearing strain, nothing but theta equals to delta X by L. So in the place of shearing strain, we can represent a theta. then shearing modulus is given as F by A theta. Sure. The third one is bulk modulus. In the case of bulk modulus, if we consider a body in a liquid, due to this liquid, the volume of the body will be compressed. So as the body has been compressed, we can represent the bulk modulus, whereas bulk modulus is represented as volume stress by volume strain. Whereas we know that volume stress is nothing but force acting per unit area, F by A by. Volume strain is nothing but change in the volume per original volume. Since the volume decreases, it is represented as minus delta V by V. Then the expression can be represented as minus F V by A into delta. A into delta. In this way, we can represent Young's modulus, rigidity modulus as well as bulk modulus. So now we are going to solve numericals based on this Young's rigidity as well as bulk modulus. Take a screenshot, we will continue. Let's solve the first problem. Observe this problem. When the tension in a metal wire is T1, its length is L1. When the tension is T2, its length is L2. The natural length of a wire is. And observe that there are 4 options. We have to find which option is right. For this, here we consider a rod of length L. When the tension T1 is applied on this rod, it has extended to a new length L1. When T2 tension is applied, its length has been increased to L2. Now observe that in the first case, the extension is represented as delta x1, whereas in the second case, the extension is represented as delta x2, where delta x1 is equals to L1 minus L. In the same way, delta x2 increase in the length in the second case is represented as L2 minus L. We had applied tensions T1 and T2 for the same material. Since we had applied this, we can consider Young's modulus and area of the material as well as length and constants, where Young's modulus is represented as FL by A into delta x. Since these 3 are constants, we can represent force is directly proportional to change in the length. For these 2 tensions, nothing but forces, we can represent it as T1 by T2 is equals to delta x1 by delta x2. Instead of substituting, I am directly dividing both the tensions based on this equation. Why? Because force is directly proportional to change in the length. Why? Because Young's modulus, area as well as length of the material is a constant, whereas delta x1 is equals to L1 minus L and delta x2 equals L2 minus L. Then T1 by T2 is equals to L1 minus L by L2 minus L. Let's cross multiply this expression. As we cross multiply, observe that T1 into L2 minus L is equals to T2 into L1 minus L. I am going to split this expression. As we split, observe that T1 L2 minus T1 into L is equals to T2 into L1 minus T suffix 2 into L. I am going to bring this T suffix 1 into L towards this side and send this T suffix 2 L1 towards this side. Then the expression can be represented as T1 L2 minus T2 L1 equals to T1 L minus T2 L. Observe that here we can take L as common from these two. Then the expression can be represented as T1 L2 minus T2 L1 is equal to L into T1 minus T2. Here I am going to multiply minus sign on both sides. As we multiply minus sign on both sides, the expression can be represented as T2 L1 minus T1 L2 equals to L into T2 minus T1. Where here we have to represent the natural length of the wire, nothing but L. Then L is equals to T2 L1 minus T1 L2 by T1 minus T2. So option is 3. Take a screenshot, we will continue. Observe the next problem. Elongation of a steel bar of 1.5 meter and 1.5 centimeter square cross sectional area when subjected to a pull of 1 into 10 to the power of 4 Newton. Then here we have to represent the elongation value. Consider a wire of length 1.5 meter which is fixed at the upper end like this. By applying a force of 1 into 10 to the power of 4 Newton in the downward direction, the wire has been extended, whereas the extension in this case is represented as E, where we have to find the value of E. Observe that the Young's modulus of the wire is given as 2 into 10 to the power of 11 Newton per meter square, as well as area of cross section is 1.5 centimeter square. In terms of meters, you can represent it as 1.5 into 10 to the power of minus 4 meter square. Young's modulus is given as y is equals to FL by AE. Now we have to find the value of E. So we are going to bring this E towards this side and bring this Y towards this side. Then E is equals to FL by AY, where the value of F is 10 to the power of 4 Newton into length is 1.5 meter by area is 1.5 into 10 to the power of minus 4 into 2 into 10 to the power of 11. Observe that 1.5 gets cancelled and here we have 1 by 2. 1 by 2 into 10 to the power of 11 minus 4, nothing but 10 to the power of 7. As we bring this 10 to the power of 7 towards numerator, from denominator it will become minus 10 to the power of minus 7 plus 4, nothing but 10 to the power of minus 3. And 1 by 2 can be represented as 0.5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meter. 10 to the power of minus 3 meter can be represented as millimeter. So here we get 0.5 millimeters. Option is C. Take a screenshot, we'll continue. Observe the next problem. Young's modulus of brass and steel are 1 into 10 to the power of 11 Newton per meter square and at 2 into 10 to the power of 11 Newton per meter square. A brass wire and steel wire of same length are extended by 1 millimeter. Under the same force, the radii of the brass and steel wire are r suffix b and r suffix s respectively. Then we have to represent the relation between radius of the steel as well as radius of the brass. Whereas Young's modulus is given as y is equals to f l by a e. Radii of the wires is given based on area of cross section. Then based on that we can represent Young's modulus is inversely proportional to area. Area of cross section of the wire. Area of cross section of the wire is represented as A is equals to pi r square. As we substitute this value, here we can represent Young's modulus is inversely proportional to square of the radius. Then Young's modulus of steel and bronze are given as y suffix s by y suffix b equals to r suffix b by r suffix s whole square. Since Young's modulus is inversely proportional to radius square, whereas Young's modulus of steel is 2 into 10 to the power of 11 Newton per meter square, and that of brass is 1 into 10 to the power of 11 Newton per meter square. Let's substitute these values. Answer that 2 into 10 to the power of 11 by 1 into 10 to the power of 11 is equal to r suffix b by r suffix s whole square. 10 to the power of 11 gets cancelled. Then you observe that r suffix b by r suffix s whole square is equal to 2. Apply square root on both sides. Then r suffix b by r suffix s is equal to root 2. Now we have to represent the answer in terms of radius of the steel with respect to radius of brass. So I am going to bring this r suffix s towards this side and send this root 2 towards this side. Then r suffix s is equal to r suffix b by root 2. So option is B. Take a screenshot, we will continue. Observe the next problem. Find the extension in a wire of length L, area A, mass M and Young's modulus of velocity Y under its own weight. Now here we are going to consider a wire which is of length L and area of cross section A, and upper end is fixed constantly. Now this wire is extending in the downward direction under its own weight. In order to represent the extension in this wire, I am going to consider a small extension at this part and it is represented as dx. From the other end, the extension dx is at a distance of x. Now we have to represent the mass at this location. For this we consider mass per unit length, where L is the length of this wire. Now the mass present at this location is given as m by L into x, where x is the distance from this other end. Then force is given as m by L into x into g, because based on this weight itself the wire is extending. Then Young's modulus is represented as y is equal to F L by AE, where E is a extension. Then E is equal to, in the place of E we have to substitute DL, because DL is the change in length. Then DL is equal to F L by AY, where F equals to M by L into XG. As you substitute, DL is equal to M by L into XG. In the place of L we are going to substitute dx. Why? Because dx is the extension at this point. Then dx by AY. Now we are going to integrate this equation in order to find the extension of the wire, total wire. For this, here observe that the integration of dl is equal to integration of M by L xg dx by AY. Now we have to apply the limits. Whereas extension is represented from 0 to E, and the length of this wire is represented from 0 to L. Why? Because the total length of the wire is L. So we are going to consider from this end to towards this end. Integration of dx is x. As you substitute the limits, E minus 0 is nothing but E, extension. E equals to, we can take M by L as well as G by AY as common. The remaining integration is integration of 0 to L x into dx. Here the power is 1. And we know that the integration of x to the power of n into dx is equal to x to the power of n plus 1 by n plus 1. In the place of 1, here we have to substitute 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Then E is equal to mg by LAY into x square by 2 within the limits 0 to L. We can take it 2 as common. Then E is equal to mg by LAY into 2, upper limit minus lower limit in the place of x. So L square. After that one L gets cancelled. Then extension E is given as mg L by 2 AY. This represents the value for extension of a wire under its own weight. So option is 1. Take a screenshot. We will continue. Observe the next problem. Find the load on a wire of cross section area 16 millimeter square to increase its length by 0.3%. Now here we have to find the value of mass to increase its length. For this, the values are given as area is equal to 16 millimeter square equals 16 into 10 to the power of minus 3 whole square meter square. Then it can be represented as 16 into 10 to the power of minus 6 meter square. Whereas Young's modulus is given as 5 into 10 to the power of 9 Newton per meter square. And the value of G is 10 meter per second square. Observe that strain has been given as 0.3%. Strain is nothing but change in the length by original length. In terms of percentage is represented as 100 equals 0.3. Then E by L equals 0.3 by 100. Now Young's modulus equation is given as y equals to FL by AE. Here F is equal to YA into E by L, where E by L equals 0.3 by 100, or we can represent it as 3 into 10 to the power of minus 3. As we substitute the values, observe that Young's modulus is 5 into 10 to the power of 9 into area is 16 into 10 to the power of minus 6 into 3 into 10 to the power of minus 3. 10 to the power of 9, 10 to the power of minus 6, nothing but 10 to the power of 3. 10 to the power of plus 3 minus 3, nothing but 0. 10 to the power of 0 is 1, and remaining values are 5 into 16 into 3. 16 5 is 80, 80 3 is 240 Newton. Whereas here we have to represent the mass in order to extend it, where F is equals to mg, then m is equals to F by g. The value of F is 240 by value of g is 10. As we cancel here, m is equals to 24 kg. Here the wire has been attached with a load of 24 kg. Take a screenshot, we will continue. Observe the next problem. An Indian rubber cube of side 7 cm has one side fixed and a tangential equal to 200 kg weight is applied to the opposite side. If rigidity modulus of India rubber is 2 into 10 to the power of 7 dyne per centimeter square, find the shear and the distance through which the strained side moves. So here I am going to consider a cube. One end is fixed to the support, another end has been moved, whereas the side of this cube is S equals to 7 centimeters. Whereas rigidity modulus of this cube is 2 into 10 to the power of 7 dyne per centimeter square, and here observe that force applied on this opposite side. Since the force has been applied, the body will make an angle of theta with respect to fixed end theta, whereas extension is represented as delta x, initial length is L. Then tan theta is equals to delta x by L, opposite side by adjacent side. If theta is considered as small, then theta equals to delta x by L. Then delta x is equals to theta into L. Here we have to find the extension, where extension is equals to angle made by the cube into length. We know the length as 7 centimeter. We have to find the value of theta. For this, we consider rigidity modulus, where theta is equals to F by A theta, where A is cross section area of the cube and F is force acting on the cube. Here observe that how much of force is acting? 200 kg weight of force is acting on the cube. We have to write it in terms of dynes, where we know that 1 kg weight is nothing but 1 into g. G is nothing but 980 centimeter per second square. As we substitute this value, 200 into value of kg is in terms of gram is 1 kg equals to 1000 grams. We can represent it as 10 to the power of 3 grams. So it can be represented as 10 to the power of 3 into 980 to 3 2 plus 3 is 5 plus 1 6. So here we have 98 into 2 into 10 to the power of 6. 98 into 2 is 196 into 10 to the power of 6 times. So this is the amount of force acting on the cube on other side. Then as we substitute all these values in this expression, observe that neta is rigidity modulus 2 into 10 to the power of 7 is equals to 196 into 10 to the power of 6 by area is 7 centimeters. 7 into 7 is 49 into theta. So 2 into 98. 98 to is 196. So that here one power gets cancelled, still we have 1, where from this expression theta is equals to 98 by 49 into 10. So 49 2s are 98. Then theta is equals to 2 by 10, nothing but 0.2 radian. So this is the angle made by the cube by applying a force of F is equals to 196 into 10 to the power of 6 times. Now here we have to find the extension where delta x is equals to theta into L, where the value of theta is 0.2 into L is 7. Then we can represent it as 1.4 centimeters. The extension in the length is 1.4 centimeter. Take a screenshot, we will continue. Observe the next problem. Bulk modulus of water is 2 into 10 to the power of 9 Newton per meter square. The change in pressure required to increase the density of water by 0.1%. You know that the density is equal to mass by volume. If the mass remains constant, we can represent the density is inversely proportional to volume. As the density increases by 0.1%, volume decreases by 0.1%. Then change in the volume with respect to original volume is equal to 0.1 by 100. This represents the change in volume with respect to original value, where bulk modulus is given as K equals to delta P by delta V by V. Here we have to represent the change in pressure. Then delta P is equals to K into delta V by V, where K is 2 into 10 to the power of 9 Newton per meter square. Then it can be represented as 2 into 10 to the power of 9 into delta V by V is 0.1 by 100, nothing but if you bring this 100 towards numerator, it can be represented as 10 to the power of minus 2. Then it can be represented as 10 to the power of minus 3. 10 to the power of minus 3. Observe that change in the pressure delta P equals 2 into 10 to the power of 9 into 10 to the power of minus 3. Since bases are same, powers can be added. 9 minus 3, nothing but 6. So here we get 2 into 10 to the power of 6 Newton per meter square. So option is C. Take a screenshot. Please share this video to your friends and give a like to this video and watch the complete video. Thank you.